With the latest, I'm Jason Rushworth. Both India and Pakistan press continue to play the blame game this morning, a week after talks failed to emerge. Both India and Pakistan have expressed disappointment with the unfortunate cancellation of high-level security talks between the two nuclear-armed neighbours. Pakistan said it could not accept India's preconditions for talks after India refused to allow Pakistan ambassador to meet separatist leaders from Kashmir. India had also said it was willing to discuss terrorism-related issues at the talks and nothing else. The Health Ombudsman has been in the news today as palliative care comes into criticism in some of Britain's hospitals, in some cases leaving patients to fend for themselves. We've been asking the British Asian community today their experiences of service in British hospitals for their relatives who've reached the end of their lives.
Literally, they're like, we'll call the palliative team. You wait there for hours and hours, a doctor won't turn up. And I've just waited there for hours on end with a 6-month-old baby next to me, and I'm like, I need to go home to feed my baby. But they won't do anything. And then finally someone comes along and they don't really talk to you much and they give you a brief description of what's going on. And they're like, all right, we'll talk to the palliative team. And they never turn up either.
But what they need to do is, the families, they need to go and see the head nurse and ask them, please, this is my loved one, he's in serious health condition, and you never know, he might not be here tomorrow. So please, can you kindly give a little bit more attention to he or she?
They're just doing their paperwork, that's all they do. Find a doctor, we can't even find a doctor in the hospital. We have to wait for a doctor ages and ages all day long, and sometimes the doctor doesn't even turn up.
A worker at the Bradford Mosque is on trial accused of repeated sexual abuse of two young boys aged 9 and 12. Yasser Muhammad Hasif denied a total of 16 charges, including 9 of sexual assault of a child under 13 and 7 of causing inciting a child to engage in sexual activity. He's accused of hugging and tickling boys in a sexual manner, kissing them and putting their hands on his private parts. Prosecutor Michael Collins told the jury at Bradford Crown Court yesterday that they will hear recorded police interviews with 3 of the boys, the 2 complaints, and a 3rd child. A Muslim man was stripped, tied to a pole and beaten by a mob in Karnataka's Mangalore, allegedly for speaking to his Hindu colleagues. The attackers thrashed a man, stripped him and paraded him through the crowded market area, tied him to an electricity pole. Mangalore Police Commission says they have arrested 13 people. Some of them are members of Bajrang Dal, a hardline group in the region. As the current football season draws to a close, next year's football season will be the first to adopt the Rooney Rule, paving the way for more Asians to manage the game. Farouk Balsara is a British Asian football fan and thinks it's a rule that needed to have come in a long time ago.
Someone should be interviewed on merit and not by colour of skin. Other people saying, okay, why aren't they interviewing an Asian person? Why aren't they interviewing this kind of person? And in my opinion, it may take time for players to then become managers, and eventually 5 to 10 years down the line, we will see more Asian managers.
England have announced dates for home series against Sri Lanka and Pakistan next summer from May to September. England will play 3 tests against Sri Lanka, followed by 4 tests against Pakistan, with both touring sides also playing 5 one-day internationals and 2020 matches. The first test against Sri Lanka starts at Headingley on the 19th of May. Pakistan, touring the country for the first time since 2010, will begin their test series at Lord's on the 14th of July next year.
That's it. You're up to date with the news that you can use. I'm Jason Rushworth.